been the wildest moment?
That's tough. I think, obviously when you have WNBA stars, NBA stars reacting to your game, I mean, that's pretty cool. Those are people I grew up watching, idolizing. But at the same time, I feel like I'm just still the same person going out and doing what I love every single day. And that just brings so much joy to me, and I hope I never lose that because that's what I love about the game of basketball. Like, I truly love it. I don't play for the attention or for people to tweet about me. I play because I love it. I get to play with my best friends, and that's, the best part about it.
What's the next step for your game?
Yeah, I honestly think the most exciting thing is I still feel like I have so much room to grow, and I think Coach Bluter feels the same way. I think, number one, limiting turnovers. That was kind of just a huge thing for me. Depending on what game it was, I would have games where I'd have one or two, and then I'd have games where I was around 8 or 9. So, those are one of the worst things you can do in basketball. Your team doesn't get the opportunity to score, and then you give them an extra chance to get points on the board. So, I think myself really limiting those, and we play an exciting style of basketball, so it's going to happen, but I think as a collective group we have to find a way to limit those, and I think offensively there's still so many areas I can get better at, get more consistent in, going to my left, attacking the basket to my left, stepping back to my right. When you really break down statistics and things like that, it really shows you areas you can improve in.
How much of your decision to come back was predicated on the fact that everybody else was back and the way it ended last year?
Yeah, I think that was big. It would have been a lot different to come back to a completely rebuilding year, rebuilding team. So I think knowing that I knew that Kate was going to be here still, obviously, and I knew kind of what we had already left, and it just felt, it would feel weird if I wasn't there, more so. So that was super easy. I think it would have been a different conversation a little bit if we would have had a whole new team, but I know what we're capable of, and especially with the way our season ended last year, I was so grateful when that happened that I had another year, and that wasn't going to be my last taste without basketball.
One last question. Your sister, Maggie, had a pretty tough year last year.
Yeah.
The eye deal and the ankle, she kept turning an ankle.
Yeah.
Didn't get on the court much this year. She had a great summer. She's probably going to be a big part of their mix. Is it kind of exciting to think that when you guys play each other, that you'll both actually be on the floor?
Yeah, that's been like one of my biggest goals, playing basketball, and it's brought us so much closer together. So having the opportunity, I'm immediately calling switch on the screen, immediately matching up with her, but
Block her shot for sure.
block her shot, whatever. I'm so excited, and I just hope that can be a reality.
Monica knows. I think that when I first got here, I hit Monica in the head a couple times, but she wasn't looking. Now she knows. But Monica's got a really good hand, so I'm lucky to have a host like her.
Yeah.
Jalen, what is your shooting to develop range? Imagine it takes so much time.
Yeah, I think, when I get in the gym, I usually do a lot of the same routine stuff. That's just how I am. I'm a big routine-oriented person. I think a lot of shooters are. That's just what they like to do. But, I think it's kind of started when I was young. Like, my dad, he was my first ever basketball coach. He wouldn't let me go shoot three-pointers or shoot far out. Like, whenever I was in the gym, I had to stay close to the basket, make sure my form was good. And I think that's kind of a lost art. Like, even when I'm in the gym today, like, I start close, make sure my form's good. And, a lot of people watch Steph Curry. Maybe I'm a bad example for young kids too, but, it takes time to be able to get to the three-point line and then even further back. But, I didn't shoot from the logo or whatever until college, really. And I think a big part of that was the strength and conditioning program. I didn't really do that in high school. So I think, getting stronger, getting bigger, just kind of maturing through that has helped me, expand my range even more.
All three of you, how are you embracing or dealing with top 5, top 10 national expectations and being, coaches up here are talking about that we're chasing Iowa this year. How do you deal with that?
I think, Coach Bluter has talked to us about this a lot. Monica said this earlier, but we talk about pressure being a privilege for us, and versus being like the hunted and the hunter, and we're definitely the hunted this year, but we're just going to take it one day at a time, one game at a time, like we always do, one practice at a time, and just roll with it like that. We're going to work as hard as we ever did, even when we were the hunters, and so nothing's really going to change for us. Just walk around with confidence, because it's cool to be up there too, but nothing's really going to change for us too much.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the same thing. I think we deserve that ranking, but it's a long season. There's highs, there's lows. And Coach Bluter preaches that every day in practice. Some practices are better than others, so it's the way you bounce back, it's the way you respond. But I know Coach Bluter said up there, like, pressure is a privilege. Like, you deserved it, you earned it, now embrace it. But don't let it get to you. And I think, we have such a good culture of being able to lean on one another. That would never happen.
How did the Nike thing, I know you're selective about the deals
Yeah.
that you take, but it's like Nike.
Yeah.
And that can't happen like quick. So how did that kind of all come
I
together?
had known for a decent amount of time, but just working through that process, and obviously, like you said, like, I'm pretty selective about who I work with, and I think that's probably a no-brainer for just about anybody in the world. They're one of the best brands, and obviously a brand that is so prevalent in basketball, and has a lot of athletes that I really look up to, especially in the basketball world. So, I was kind of like shocked at first, like, oh my gosh, like Nike. But no, it was super cool and super blessed to have that opportunity.
I know it's a ways off, but do you think when the tournament is here, do you think a lot of people might come up from Iowa?
We were just talking about that this morning. It's a bit closer than Indianapolis was, so I would imagine there would be some more people than, there where it previously was held.
Helps
Monica.
that Monica's from
Yeah.
Minnesota as
Yeah,
well.
I think my whole high school's coming. So should be a lot of fun.
They'll just take up section
Yeah,
129.
that's actually
That's
all
about it.
Watertown right there.